You for this another opportunity that you've given us to come out to our school board meeting this afternoon, dear Lord. We pray that you will just watch over us and watch over our kids that's here tonight, dear Lord, to put on our program. Dear Lord, we pray that you will just watch over our students, our faculty, dear Lord, with the travel grace that you've given us, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we pray that you will just watch over us and help us to all remind us about our reason for our season, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we pray that you would just go with us now. Bless our school system. Bless everyone that is affiliated with it. And we'll be careful to give you all the name in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. We stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we have our student ambassadors. You can just wave. You'll get a chance to introduce yourselves later. Do we not have an extra seat for? Well, my apologies. We normally have that set up, but Melissa's gone, and we've been having two, but now we've had three the last couple of times. So I apologize for not giving you a seat. So should have checked on that. All right. So we have Bailey Barcenas. We have Christian Galindo, and we have Ivy Buckland. All right, our student ambassadors tonight. So welcome, and we'll look forward to your report at the end of the meeting. And it is our distinct honor tonight to have Ms. Mary McCartney and the Deerfield Elementary Ukulele Group to serenade us with Christmas music, and it is quite an honor to have this group here. This is quickly becoming a Christmas tradition, so we really enjoy having them come out, and so Ms. McCartney, you want to introduce the?
Thank you. This is the Deerfield Elementary Ukulele Club. It's made up of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. This is my 3rd year at the school, so I now have some 5th graders who have been with me for 3 years. And I also have some 3rd graders who have been with me for about 3 to 4 months. So they all work really hard. They're doing a great job together, and we're excited that y'all are having us here today. And we'd like to just play a few holiday songs for you to bring in the good cheer of the new year.
Christmas without you. I'll be so blue.
notice we have some kids playing electric instruments also. So we have an electric bass ukulele, and then we have 2 electric lead ukuleles also. So they're kind of getting so good that I have to give them some fancy finger work to do. They're really good.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Donning now our fine apparel, fa la 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 la. Roll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Jumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, look at Frosty go. Jumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, over the hills of snow. Oh, Frosty the snowman, what a jolly happy soul. With a corncob pipe and a button nose, and his eyes made out of gold. Frosty the snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. Jumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, look at Frosty go. Jumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, over the hills of snow. Oh, Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be. Every children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the snowman, the sun was up that day. So he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before our guilt away. Dumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, look at Frosty go. Dumpity dum dum dumpity dum dum, over the hills of snow. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all know that Santa's coming. We all know that Santa's coming. We all know that Santa's coming, and soon we'll be here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas!
See you. Yeah, we should have paid for that.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you know, from what I remember from last year, they've actually got a lot better. So they're making great progress. I guess all that's left is principals, right? and a few others. But so while everybody's clearing out, we're going to call to order here, and there is no public comment. Nobody signed up for public comment. So our first up is principal report. So I know you principals arm wrestle back there to see who gets to go first. But,
Miss Parsley will be singing a Christmas carol.
well, you can at least sing your announcements. Maybe
very
that should be
proud
the
of them.
theme tonight. All the principals have to get up and sing their
Yeah,
announcements.
they can come up here and sing.
They were awesome, Miss Parsley.
Thank you.
They were great.
Miss McCartney works really hard with them. They show up at the school at 7 a.m. every morning to practice
Wow.
and to practice ukulele. And that's not all of them. She has about 30 of them now. So when she first started out a year and a half ago, she had 8, and now she's up to 30 kids in the program.
Well, I know,
And,
just between this year and last year, it's really,
yeah, a lot. They
really
they're
improved,
learning
yeah.
how to play music and read music, and she's teaching even like the kindergartners the beginnings of how to read music. So you can see where it's leading. So hopefully we'll have a lot of Deerfield students in the band at the middle school and high school level.
Even your kindergarten has a ukulele, don't they? That I thought
They-
that was so
it's a one
interesting. They have
string, yeah.
one string.
Yeah,
And I
she-
thought that's so neat to
So
start them.
they have that little one, and it's also for special needs students, so they have those, and they have the one-string ukuleles. There's like 4 or 5 of them hanging on the wall, I think, in there. So the music rooms have, rooms, I say, because we have so much now, because she's applied for grants, and we were able to get a lot of things. So the kids love it, and they love the arts. They love the arts, the art department. We call it the Radio Arts Department, so they're loving it. We had our Veterans Day program. On Veterans Day, we had Mr. Hargrove came out and spoke to our kids. We had our 5th grade, attended a play at the high school. We had our fall festival a couple of weeks ago. We had our Christmas program last Thursday, and it had the ukulele club. 1 grade level was playing, the 3rd grade was playing the recorders. We had the xylophones and all those instruments. There's like tons of instruments, and it was called Bring to the Table, I think is what it's called. But our house was packed. There was standing room only. We had people all in the bleachers, and we had people all lined up against the walls. That's how popular it was, and they were parked around back. So it's really becoming a huge thing, so, with the arts. We all have our Christmas dinner a week from Wednesday. We have pre-K, K, and 5th grade. Families are coming out, and we invite you guys to come out too. Our 3rd grade is going on a field trip to the Manchester Arts Center to see the Nutcracker. The Polar Express from the Huff and Puff is coming next week also to visit our school. And the Ukulele Club is going to be at the Autumn Oaks on the 15th at 4 o'clock. So if you'd like to see them, they have gigs all over the place, so she keeps them busy. So that's what we got going on.
So I'm going to sing and Mr. Keith's going to dance, if that's okay. No, just kidding. I will spare you guys that.
with the spirit of the season.
That's right, absolutely. All right, so good evening. So had several things going on at North Coffee this year. It's been a busy first semester. We just wrapped up our Charger Fest shortly before Thanksgiving break, which that's what we call our fall festival. So that's a huge night of silent auction, live auction, games. There's a Thanksgiving meal, so we have a lot of great fun that night. This past Thursday, we had our Christmas reading night. So our kindergartners put on a skit. Our librarian and myself read a story to the kids. We had some crafts, snacks, different things like that. Just a good opportunity for kids and parents to get in the building. Just like Miss Parsley, our Christmas lunch is coming up, but it's actually tomorrow. So if you want to come out and enjoy some pre-K first graders and second graders for Christmas lunch, you're welcome to come out. This Thursday, our 4th graders are going to be taking a field trip to the MAC for a Nutcracker. Since we have a couple students that are actually performing in the Nutcracker. So that'll be neat for our kids to see their peers performing. And then next Wednesday, our kindergartners are going to Opryland to see ice. I'm not sure if you guys have ever gone there before to see ice, but that's a really neat experience that some of our kids don't get to do on a normal basis, so it's nice to treat them to something out of the ordinary. We have some Ames Web testing starting towards the end of this week, and then next week as well. And then our 4th and 5th graders, I know Deerfield, they're doing ukuleles. Our 4th and 5th graders are preparing for a performance in the spring. It's a Disney review, and they'll be performing that at the high school. So we'll give you more details as that gets a little closer.
All right,
Questions?
thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Now for my interpretive dance to Silent Night. No. All right, East Coffee. We're T-minus, I think, 8 days and 2 hours until break. Not that anybody's counting, but we've got a full schedule. We've also got Christmas lunch happening on Wednesday, pre-K 3rd and 5th. They're inviting guests for that lunch. And then next week, man, everything's going on. It seems to all fall next Thursday, the 18th, I think the date is. We're kicking off with our first ever Jingle Bell Jog. And we're going to be running around the school in our pajamas wearing jingle bells. And then I think we've invited some of you all to come read some stories. But in fact, one of you is coming as someone from the North Pole. Now, I joked with Miss Tucker that the only condition is that if you come as Santa, you have to shake your belly like a bowl full of jelly.
No problem there.
So, all right. And then we've got our PTO. They're providing milk and cookies for our students, and we're going to sing some Christmas carols in the gym. And then our choir of 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students will be showing the school, the students, their performance, their holiday performance, and then later that evening at 6 o'clock will be our choir performance. Always a good time. Miss Ledsinger does a wonderful job with them. And then, then we got that 2-hour day, have some Christmas parties, and take a break for a couple weeks. So that's all we got going on at East Coffee.
Sounds like plenty to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
I wouldn't qualify as Santa with my slim, spelt figure.
Your abs, your six pack.
That's right.
All right, good evening. Hickerson girls won their basketball game this past Saturday, so they will compete for the Silver Bracket Championship this Saturday at 4 p.m. at the middle school, not at Raider Academy. Tomorrow, Huff and Puff is bringing out the Polar Express for our kids, so they're dressing in pajamas and having hot chocolate and having Polar Express read to them. And then Wednesday, December 10th, kindergarten and first grade are going to MAC to see the Nutcracker. Tuesday, December 16th is our Christmas meal for kindergarten and 3rd grade. And Friday, December 9th is all of our Christmas parties, so you are welcome to come join us if you want to party. So we're just trying to get to break. Thank you.
Thank you.
Since I last saw you guys, we had our fall festival at New Union. From what I understand, it's one of the most profitable we've had in several years, so it was a great turnout. A lot of people attended, a lot of smiling faces. We will play basketball this weekend. Our girls will play in the Silver Championship, and our boys will be playing in the Gold Championship. Our boys are still undefeated, so go Rebels. Our choir today went to Autumn Oaks, made some new friends there. On December the 12th, this Friday, we will have our Winter Village, which is just fun for all ages. There'll be some craft projects and some things to auction off that night. December 15th through the 19th, we'll have some dress-up days, so you'll see anything from ugly sweaters to pajamas. We will also have Christmas lunch on the 18th for our 4th and 5th grade. All of you are invited as well. And, of course, we're going to end that week with our Christmas parties and just a good day of fun for our kids on that 2-hour day. So I'd also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Kuhn for providing cookies. He brought us a tray full of cookies and some treats today for our staff, and we were very appreciative. So thank you.
All right.
Hope you all have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that being said, I'd like to let everybody know that all the schools will be getting one, just can't hit them all in one day. Can't make them all up at night.
We weren't gonna say anything about you playing favorites, huh?
Everybody was starting to wonder.
Good evening. As always, we have lots of things going on at the high school. There's not really a week that goes by that I don't believe that I couldn't give about a 10-minute list of things. Our ambassadors will share most of this, but we have had some holiday events going on at the high school lately as well. Last week, our band had its winter concert, and it was very well attended. Good show. This Thursday evening at 6:30, our choir will have their winter concert, and I expect a good turnout for that as well. Be singing lots of Christmas carols and things of that nature. Over the past couple of weeks, we have been participating in a toy drive at the high school, and we literally have 7, maybe 8 of our clubs that are leading in that, and really all those clubs are collecting toys. Those are going to go to the Coffee County Rescue Squad, and then they will be distributed from there. I'm sure you all are familiar with the work that the Rescue Squad does here, and so we've been collecting, and I think as of maybe last Friday, we had collected around 100 toys, and we're hoping to at least double that, if not more. We've also been collecting for food drive as well. We are wrapping up the semester in classes. Teachers are finishing up units this week, and later this week, they'll be letting students know who's exempt from exams, who's not exempt from exams, and we will start semester exams next Tuesday with 2 exams each day for 3 days, and then next Friday, we will have an exam in the morning before we dismiss for the semester. Also, be aware that tomorrow morning at 8:30, we have a representative from the state coming to the high school, and it's a mandatory Tennessee Promise meeting for all of our senior students. That happens yearly, and it just happens to be scheduled for the morning. That presentation generally is about 30 minutes, and the representative will go through all of the requirements in order to receive Tennessee Promise money for our students. We cover all of that, but again, there's a mandatory meeting that a state representative will come and present for as well. Finally, I continue to notice that our school attendance is very good. Even on days that you notice some students absent, usually if you take a look, you realize maybe Beta Club has gone for a trip, or maybe DECA's gone for a trip, or maybe a ball team had to go to York like last Friday, and they had to leave, around lunchtime to get up there and play that game. But I looked this morning, had Mr. Knox, one of our assistant principals, take a look. And as of this morning, our average daily attendance at the high school is about 96.3% for the school year.
Great.
So we are very proud of that. And I expect that will translate into a very good chronic absentee rate at the end of the school year. Of course, we're only nearly halfway through. If the flu bug doesn't hit us too hard and things of that nature, and spring fever doesn't hit us too hard, we should have a very good attendance percentage again this year. That's all I have to share. Any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
All right. Is that everybody? So I guess next up, we have our call for intent. So we need to approve we have our general consent items, which includes approval of the minutes from the November 10th board meeting. We have some policies and girls flag football approval. We do need to add an agenda item that came in last minute, and then that will go on as agenda item 7. And that is basically a motion for Wold Architect to move forward with the bidding process for adding walls and doors to the original high school building. So we'll add that as agenda item 7. So with that, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I so moved.
Mr. Cordell,
I'll second.
Mr. Gilly. Okay. Any discussion on that? Then let's start with Mr. Coon.
Aye.
Mr. Coon, aye. Mr. Gilly?
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Ms. Yinch is not here. Mr. Hansard?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Hodge is not here. Ms. Matthews?
Aye.
Okay, that passes 7-0. All right, first up, on the action items is the Director of Schools Performance Evaluation, and you should have that as item A1. AI1? How's it listed in there? And basically, you're seeing the write-up here. We needed to make some changes based on what TSBA gave us, and to make we could have gone back and we could have modified Mr. Hargrove's contract, but we didn't want to do that. So it was either that or go and modify the dates on the first page of the Director of Schools Performance Evaluation. So that's what we had a meeting of the Director's Evaluation Committee, and basically nobody saw any issues with any of this. So that's basically, all we're really doing here is just changing the dates. And so there's some markup here. You can just see what Melissa marked up on here. And we already approved this form, so it's a matter of just changing the dates. So I need a motion to approve these changes.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Hansard and Mr. Cordell. All right, any discussion on this? The motion is to approve the modifications to the dates on the Director of Schools Performance Evaluation.
I have a question.
Sure.
So with the new dates, bumping it from July to February, is that right? I'm looking
Yeah.
at line number 1. Okay, so my question is, will we have any kind of meaningful test data or test scores back in February, or do those come out not until after the school year is over?
And you can
Those
probably
don't come
answer
out
that.
until the summertime, be at
Okay.
the end of the school year.
Okay. Is that data part of this evaluation? I haven't looked at the tool, or, I'm just trying to.
Yes, it is.
Student performance is section J,
Okay.
and student achievement data is section K.
So I guess,
And student growth and career and ready data is section L.
okay. Let's see, let me look. I guess I'm just kind of perplexed. You know, if we are evaluating based on those scores and that data, how can we do it in February? If we don't have the data?
You're basing it on last year's score. I think the dilemma in this is if you look at what's scratched out, that puts in line with that, but you're forced to change a contract, which is a little more complex than changing the instrument that you chose.
What would we change on the contract?
The review dates. It's- And Melissa didn't have, she had in our packet for the Director's Evaluation Committee, she had both the schedule and the contract, but that is not, I don't see that in here, so.
But Ms. Matthews, that's the reasoning.
Okay,
And
I
I
understand.
was told that the dates were changed to coincide with TSBA timeline.
No,
It's not,
No, we went back to TSBA and said, your dates don't work.
oh, okay, so it was it was the opposite. Okay.
I would just, maybe I'm thinking about it all wrong. I would just hate to do an evaluation on last year's data, you know?
I think you're gonna do that anyways, even in June, you're not gonna have the data out till September, October.
Later in
anyway.
the year.
It's gonna be late at the end of the year, so either which way
Oh.
you look at it,
I-
even if it
okay.
stayed as it was, you're still not gonna evaluate the data, but from the year before.
And the first year, this is unique, that this is a first year evaluation, and you haven't been with schools for a whole period of,
Yes, ma'am. They're either gonna get you on the front end or on the back end. Hopefully a long time from now,
Yeah.
as I exit, that somebody else is gonna inherit the same.
is there any performance data that's available, before February?
We have some benchmarking, but
Yeah, is there anything that, could we use Ames Web or any kind of benchmarking where we could say, wow, there was a lot of.
potentially use,
Yeah,
but I mean, you're looking
You could
at
do
last
that.
year's,
Well, if I were,
last year's letter grades are embargoed until December 18th.
I was gonna ask about that
So
too.
February actually gets it a little closer to an evaluation time of when the data comes out versus the June or July. Because the June or July, he's gonna wait 6 more months before we evaluate him on the scores from the year before.
But
In
really, we
February,
can't
we're gonna
evaluate
him
you
what
on-
comes out in
Yeah.
the fall.
if I were a director, I wouldn't want to be evaluated on scores that I had,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
had
on
not been a
last year's.
part of.
Cause last year we were in the middle and had an interim and, things were a bit chaotic last year
We
for
didn't-
everybody.
We didn't do an evaluation last year, I don't think.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm sure he probably feels that he hopes we wouldn't evaluate him this year on
Right.
last year's data anyways.
That's, yeah,
Right.
exactly. I just wanna make it as fair and,
Yes, ma'am. I mean, you're looking at one section, I mean, strategic planning, facilities, district management, operations, staff and personal relationships, board relationships. So
There-
you're
there are a lot of
taking
factors.
Well, Could
human
we,
resources, integrity, fairness, ethics, student achievement and student performance are just two sections of that. Student growth, and that's even changing. Our ready graduate data is now college and career ready.
could those two sections be excluded for the evaluation in February and then pick back, because it's going to be a cumulative score and all the other sections could be evaluated. And then the performance data or whatever could be evaluated upon the receipt of the performance data for this year. I'm just thinking.
yeah, either that or use some other tools to get something a little more current.
I think you're always gonna be lagging a little bit, because they embargo the test data, and it just takes them a long time to release it, so there's
We need to
always
just
that lag time.
put that out then.
It doesn't need to be factored in now.
We're just talking about the first year. That's all we're talking about is the first year that we don't have.
Well, he
no
said it
data.
was
So
We
always
could do
lagging.
that for 1 year, exclude it for 1 year because
Yeah.
it's not really reflective of his work.
And
Yeah,
I don't
I
have a
agree.
crystal ball, but our accountability data is barreling towards one accountability system. I mean, the most recent email I sent you we're looking at it being under one umbrella. The state umbrella will have, and we don't really know where that's gonna land right now. Those things I shared with you in the last work session with Inform Tennessee, well, forget all that.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to change all that, which I like where we're headed as a state and combining our TISA funding, our Inform Tennessee or our LEA plan, where our school plans will all be connected under one roof, so to speak, and it will be on a 3-year cycle. So we're kind of in a gray area. We'll have a new governor at this time next year. We'll have a new commissioner of education. I don't know where we will land as far as accountability goes for some of the numbers that we're going to look at.
I was just thinking of one evaluation is just like Mr. Parsley said with attendance. That's something that could, up to the midterm, it's improved. Like you're
Is that
saying,
part of this? Because I mean,
Should be somewhere.
Well,
we could ditch one of
That's
these
performance.
sections and put that in instead. I mean, I don't know what it would take to redo it. I just would hate to evaluate you on last year's
I don't think-
data if we didn't have to.
Yeah, we also have in the contract, we have the 4 goal areas that we set up too with
Yes.
the bonus.
Right.
So that's another way we're evaluating the director,
Yes.
you know, is, and I think there's definitely some meaningful progress in those areas, so. So the question is, do we want to modify this? And that would be,
Well, I guess the question is, how are you gonna, if you're rating an individual on something that he was not a part of, how are you gonna rank it? I mean, I hadn't even thought about this until you
Yeah.
brought it up tonight, but it rang a bell with me that we're gonna be evaluating you on student performance when you weren't even here,
And there
on
are.
the
is it-
data from that.
Is it 3 sections involving that, or two sections or 3
Two, I
sections?
think.
there's 3. There is student performance, section J, student achievement, section K. Although I think we have a lot of that data, but that's not, you know, directly under your influence. And student, section L is student growth and college and career ready data, so.
But that could, the student growth in that could be measured at that
Yeah.
time.
Section L.
It would just be,
I mean, anything
I
that
mean,
we
you
could.
can
J
vote
and
for
K.
this time to exclude sections J and K. I mean, something like that.
To me,
work?
that makes more sense, but. That's just my opinion.
if it was,
I just
if
don't
it
If
was
nobody
just,
puts a
use it.
score in those lines this year, we're gonna fire him.
if what?
If nobody puts a score in those sections this year, are we gonna fire him?
No, we would exclude it from the.
Well,
It
if
would be
that's the
excluded.
case, I'll just put 5 in all of them. If we have nothing to go on, I'm certainly not
That's
gonna
kinda
go to
where
the
I
low
mean, this
end.
year, I mean, we all
Yeah.
agree, this year, you can't, you ain't got nothing to really to
Right.
evaluate on it.
But
And-
having
is-
said
But now,
that,
next year, that's a different story.
Yeah, and we contracted with TSBA to do this year, so they're administering it this year, so that enters in too. So it's kind of their form that we approved before, so next year, we're doing it ourselves, so.
I don't see anything wrong with the form, it's just the
Yeah.
logistics of it this year,
Yeah. I agree. Next year, I think it would work perfect, like it is.
Okay, so what do you propose?
If it's me, I would propose
The
to take.
spotlight is on you.
Yeah, to take exclude sections J and K. If we have data for section L, we might as well use it and leave that in there. If we're not gonna have it, we can take it out too. I just don't see how we can, fairly, anybody put any kind of score or rating in there when we don't have anything to go by.
Okay,
Just my opinion.
so we have a motion on the floor, so are you motioning to or, to amend the motion to exclude sections, J and K?
J and K.
Yes,
Okay,
Will the
Correct.
college career
For how
ready
long?
data be available?
for this 1 year. Because we'll be able to we'll have data next year for when you were here, right?
And we can use this data to compare to next year.
Yes, correct. I just think that makes it more fair and a little
Okay.
more accurate.
Specify for 1 year.
so, Ms. Matthews has made a motion to exclude sections J and K. Do we have a second?
For 1 year.
That's amendment.
For 1 year.
Right.
Yes,
For- just
yes.
For 1 year only, yes. So
I'll
the motion is
second.
for this year only. So, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Coon seconds. All right, any discussion on that? We want to, okay, so we would need to vote on the amendment first and then go back and vote on the original motion. So the amendment is to, for this year only, to remove or not use sections J and K in this form. So we would start with Mr. Gilly,
No.
Mr. Cordell,
Aye.
Mr. Hansard,
Aye.
Ms. Jones,
Aye.
Ms. Matthews,
Aye.
Mr. Coon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Yes, okay. So that passes 6-1. So the original motion then is to approve the director's evaluation, and that would be modified by the amendment. So, Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Coon?
Aye.
Mr. Gilly?
Pass.
Your pass?
I'm just checking your math.
Okay, so I will vote aye on that, so that passes 6-1. Wait, so you're abstaining, is that,
Yes, I'm a yes. Just put yes.
okay, all
I
right.
mean, I'm just, we
I
just
just wanted
wasted
to be sure, so.
15 minutes of life we won't get back.
Okay, got it. All right, so that will be modified then, so we will let Melissa know that. Next up is the Coffee County Schools 5-year strategic plan.
Yes,
And
sir.
we'll discuss this in the work
If you look in
session.
your packet, and behind this really neat-looking one, you'll find the old bland one that we put together. I cannot brag on Melissa Westmoreland with the help of tech. She has produced our strategic plan, all the work that we put in it the last 4 months, and it looks really clean. If you'll take a few minutes and flip through there, you can see our school's vision, our schools, all of our schools, and our school motto, our system motto, our mission statement, and then you get into our 5 S's, which are our objectives. Students, safety, and you can see at the bottom of each of those, you can see our rationale for all the decisions that were made in that. And this would be the one with your all's approval. It will be
Yes,
posted on our website. It's a living, breathing document. We can change it at any time. But I promise that umbrella, what I told you to forget a while ago under Inform Tennessee, that umbrella, it will be tightly niched to our strategic plan whenever we start down that road.
And there's 5 key areas.
Yes,
with
sir.
Objectives under each. And I believe at Mr. Coon's suggestion, we moved safety to number 2 on there from,
And you'll find student outcomes is first, safety is second. 3 is staff, 4 are supports, and 5 are stakeholders.
okay. So I need a motion to approve the 5-year strategic plan as written.
I so move.
So, I'll second.
Mr. Coon, Mr. Cordell. Any discussion on this? Hearing no discussion. Going once, going twice, I best not. Mr. Hansard,
Aye.
Ms. Jones,
Aye.
Ms. Matthews,
Aye.
Mr. Coon,
Aye.
Mr. Gilly,
Aye.
Mr. Cordell.
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
Yes.
Okay,
Aye.
sorry, I didn't, sometimes I don't have, maybe we're on different frequencies sometimes, and I'll vote aye. So that passes 7-0. All right, next up is the organizational chart. So, Mr.,
That's correct. If you pull it out,
I need to figure out how to rotate this. Hold on a minute.
yeah. Bless you.
Gotta be a way to rotate this on here.
Download it. PDF, and then it'll let you rotate it.
There's no way to rotate it on the screen?
I would think so.
Okay,
Just turn
well,
your head, I guess.
I guess I'll just
Okay,
get a kink in my neck.
I downloaded it.
Names, it takes a lot of time to create these,
Yeah.
and I can't brag on Mr. Damewood enough for allowing this. There are no names on this, and we didn't want to add names until the final approval. The only difference would be we take our talk about doing threat assessments. We talk about our social school, social worker is part of that team
Yes,
that assists in those threat assessments.
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Tony does a great job of assisting Ms. Carrie Davis. This will go up here. But other than that,
Are you asking for approval from this board for your plan? Because we don't, in my opinion, we don't have an actionable item here.
Well, let's get a motion on the floor and we'll discuss,
What's your motion? We don't have nothing to motion,
okay?
I don't think, but
So the motion is to. not
Need to
approve the-
accept, you put it on to
What's-
accept, wouldn't you? And then discuss it?
We get a motion and then we discuss, you know, so.
I'll make a motion to discuss it then.
So okay. Mr. Hansert, you make a motion to approve it, or?
Oh,
to-
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll make a motion to, you're saying you're gonna add the names to it, Mr. Hargrove, after it's
yeah,
approved?
after we get it approved, because it's.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we
My
have a
tech
second?
support has been out of town doing what they're supposed to at a
Absolutely.
conference, and it's hard to create those.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
We have
I'll
a
make a
second.
motion to accept, the organizational chart as we have it, with the names being included.
Okay. Second,
I'll second it.
Ms. Matthews seconds. Okay, now discussion. Mr. Gilly.
by what reason is the director of schools organizational chart of his personnel and how he wishes for his subordinates to follow any of our business?
Well, I was surprised that it as actually a policy. that we
And
have-
That
we
he
have to
has one.
approve it.
Yeah, that we have to approve the org chart.
That we have to approve one or that he has one?
We have to approve it.
We have to approve it.
The policy says we have to approve it.
Yep. I was totally surprised on that.
Otherwise, every time a director came in, this could be combobulated all over again, you know, and if it's
I
changed,
think
it
he's
should go
supposed
before
to
the
have
board.
one. Yes, he's supposed to have an organizational chart.
But he didn't have one, and he's creating
It
one.
is, well, you got the
Right,
reference
but
on
I'm
the
not
policy.
sure we are supposed to
5.101.
approve.
Okay,
What's that policy again?
5.101.
Okay.
5.101, is it in the documents?
I had the exact same comment and I got corrected.
Mr. Chairman, I believe we had a little discussion on this some time back, but refresh my memory. Do we currently have an organizational chart for our school system?
No,
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
we haven't had one
We
in
had
almost
asked.
5 years.
Yeah, we had asked, and I think we were, anyway.
So according to policy, the director of school shall establish lines of authority which shall be approved by the board and shown on the system organization chart.
Names?
Yes.
Shall be approved by the board.
How come?
Basically, this is the way the
How come?
office operates. Is that not correct?
Ma'am?
Basically, this is the way the central office operates on a daily basis anyway, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, other than that change I showed,
change.
yes, ma'am. And that would be the district-wide social worker and the Family Resource Center coordinator, which are Ms. Succulent and Ms. Carrie Davis.
And they would report to Ms. Garner? is that
Coordinator of
correct?
school health and director after school.
Ms. Garner. Okay.
Names, maybe that's my issue. Names, I guess. What if he makes a change that we have to, in name or person? Do we have to prove that each time if we put names?
I wouldn't think so. That'd be like, you know, when we do our policies, we don't put, Scott Hargrove, if we say director, you know, you go by the title. And to me, it would be like it's a position. It's not, that person's not tied to that.
If you go back and look at an organizational chart, the reasoning in an organizational chart is to tie a person to that job that they're doing. That's the whole reasoning in having an organizational chart.
Well, if you want the names, I can give you the names, because I know every one of them.
Well, I mean, I think the positions on there are the main thing, but if somebody's actually looking at it to reference, who do I contact? If I have an HR question or if I have a school health question, it would be very helpful to have names. I mean, because something without names is not going to help me very much. That doesn't mean the names have to be set in stone and that we would have to approve them all over again. Now, if the configuration of the chart changed, then yeah, we may want to approve that again per this policy. But if the positions stay in the hierarchy they're in, I don't see any problem with names being on here myself, because that's what it is. That is how it helps me or parents or anybody in the school system, any of our staff, to see where do I fall and who is my next person up.
Yeah, you can do that on an annual basis, because, you know, sometimes someone might retire, or
Yes,
they might
ma'am.
get fired, or.
That's what I was explaining earlier.
Just a
If
live document.
I didn't have my tech support with me, and it's pretty time consuming, and once we agree on just the main structure, the names can be added. That's not,
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do are we just worried about upper management here? Where do principals and things of that nature?
They're on
They
there.
directly to the director.
This one.
This is just the central office organizational chart. The principals, they work directly to you. And then, you know,
They have their own org chart underneath them, yeah.
right.
My neck pop.
Maybe we should include the principals on this.
And we could
add them as directly reporting to the director of schools.
That's a line under director of school. I
Right.
agree.
Yeah, that way there wouldn't be any misunderstanding.
That main line, just put one more block out there, principals.
Right.
Yep.
Well, that
And
kind of
under them,
covers,
schools
that kind of covers
staff.
all
Right.
administrative.
Right.
Right, you're right, that probably needs to be on there too. And you could have the principals' names for this year, and, you know,
Might change
and they
next year.
retire or whatever,
Right.
you know.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as you got what you got here, and then you would just change the names should that happen, or if and when that happens. For most organizational charts that I've seen, that's all that they've done, is just change the names. And if everybody wants to add principals, yeah, I agree with that too.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Or you just have a version without the names and one with the names, you know, so.
Well, you gotta have the names, in my opinion. I mean,
I agree.
you're gonna have this on our website. People that pulls up our website, they're gonna wanna look and see who these people are.
That's what makes it useful.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, yeah.
They want to call them by name if they did call.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Call
Yes,
someone
ma'am.
for
Yeah.
something.
Well, they need to know who to contact
Yes.
as you go up the chain of command.
Yes.
Yeah, if we're gonna go by the chain of command, then that's the whole reason in having an organizational chart.
Right.
So,
And that would be even helpful, this is even helpful to us. If somebody comes to
Absolutely.
us, we can say, look, you know, this is who you need to go through first, not come
Absolutely.
to us, you know, and then when you get to the top and you can't get it resolved, come back. There's gonna be several steps.
Yeah, where's-
Further discussion?
Do we need to do an amendment to that?
I think
that
we just
original?
said, that the motion was to, accept
Accept
with the names, to add the names.
Or what about with the
Yeah.
principals?
We had,
Oh, to add the principals?
Yes, it's important to add the principal block.
Does the
change
board,
mine.
does
I'll
the
change
board
it.
need to be on here? Or is this just central office? Which,
You can add the board, so,
The board don't handle none of that.
yeah.
We got one person on there we're supposed to deal with, nothing else.
Yeah, I think the board's probably implied, you're right. Yeah. Well, if you want to modify your motion,
Okay. All right.
friendly.
Mr. Chair, I would like to modify my motion to change to add the principal to the organizational chart as well as the names.
Ms. Matthews, are you okay? with-
I will second that,
Okay.
yes.
All right,
On the, you know, it's on the same line, reporting directly to the director.
On the same line, direct, you know, directly answering to the director of schools, the Coffee County Director of Schools.
Seconded.
all right. So, if there's no further discussion, we'll go to vote. Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Coon?
Aye.
Mr. Gilly?
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
Aye.
And I will vote aye. That passes 7-0. Okay. Next up is the motion for the Wold Architect move forward with the bidding process concerning construction on the Carden Gerald Football Stadium building. Mr. Shores, I know you presented on this, but if you can just give us a quick recap.
Okay, last board meeting, there was a action item about Wold moving forward with the drawings for the building at the football stadium, as well as the other parts. You actually got to see it during the work session, all the different parts to it. Well, this is the next step, which is the bidding process. And I just want to make sure that that's the direction that this board wants to move, is to move into a bidding of the football stadium. It includes remodeling the visitors' locker room for the visitors' team, also adding restrooms or changing it around with restrooms, converting the current concessions to 2 locker rooms, which would be used also by track and cross country, but they're just basically called 2 locker rooms. Adding a track storage underneath the home side stands, adding a building that includes a concessions, referee locker room, and ticket booths, and then also removing the current ticket booth that's already there.
And Mr. Shores has provided the wording on this paper here for the motion, so whoever wants to make a motion can read this whole thing to get it into the record. So,
Mr. Chair, I make a motion for Wold Architect to move forward with the bidding process for adding walls and doors. Well, that's
no, that's
the other Wold, hang on.
yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Motion for Wold Architect to move forward with the bidding process concerning construction on the Carden Gerald Football Stadium building to address the following changes. Remodel the visitors' locker room, convert the present concessions to 2 locker rooms, adding track storage under the home side stands, adding new concessions, referees' locker room, and ticket booths, removing current ticket booth.
I'll second that motion.
Mr. Cordell seconds. Discussion. Questions for Mr. Shores?
I guess I'm all for this at a certain time, but I have been bombarded with concerns about this when we're trying to build a Hickerson Elementary as well as a East Coffee Elementary that are right at $67 million. Am I correct with that?
That is correct. If we, depending on the direction it ends up going, yes.
I mean, even if we approve this, I don't know that right now is the time to do this. I'm not against it. I just think that the timing is not where it needs to be at this specific time. I do think that we need this. I think it's badly needed, but so is our Hickerson Elementary and our East Coffee elementary schools. Hickerson is busting at the seams. East Coffee is the same way. And we're looking at, the last estimate on this was what, 2.5 million?
I believe that's correct, right at it, yes.
Yeah. So we're up to right at $70 million, scaring $70 million to death for our taxpayers at Coffee County. And I just think that's a concern. Again, everybody knows I'm all about sports, but at this specific time, I just don't think that it's would be a good time to go forward with this, with it in the need of everything that we need in our school system. We just got new bleachers. We're getting new lighting. We just got new lighting. We've approved that. It's 1.5 million. You know, that's my opinion.
Mr. Schurz, what would be the source of funding for this?
They would have to come out of fund balance. I would assume you would need to talk to Ms. Melson on.
Okay, so it would come out of fund balance. And if we finance Hickerson and East Coffee renovations, what's the source of funding for that?
Same source.
No.
Well, not fund balance.
Well, I mean, your county commission.
County commission.
County commission.
Yeah,
It would be based on what the county would be agreed to pay for those two buildings.
okay.
So, Mr. Chair, it's not really necessarily wasting of taxpayers' dollars. This is infrastructure in which our children use. And we're always going to be obligated for updating, remodeling, repair, whatever the case may be, of our capital image, our capital pieces and parts. This is, you know, just like was just pointed out, this is a fund balance issue. If we choose to go that route, it's not, I mean, it's still utilizing the taxpayer funds on our children. And it's nothing to do with the funding for the two schools.
Anybody else
I don't
have
think
any-
we could do enough to all avenues of our capital that we currently have.
Certainly, we don't have enough funds to do the school renovations in-house, so the county would have to bond that.
Yeah.
So,
So,
discussion? Comments?
I'll just say that, I had a couple of people call me about this with similar concerns that other sports programs are in great need of things that have been overlooked for a good while. And I think that people are just, they see the price tag on it and they know that their program hasn't received the respect or the support that they felt like they had earned. And I didn't get a positive vibe from those two calls. But
Ms. Matthews, can you give an example of which, is it one of the gyms or?
no, actually, I think some of our baseball programs are wanting additional help, and I think there's kind of a feeling that football gets a lot more than other programs, and I'm not saying that's true or not true, but
It's not
And they do
necessarily
get a lot.
football. It's not just football.
It's
What we're
track
talking about
and-
is not football. There's track, there's football, there's soccer that use that field. They have to have the soccer state games on the football field. It's the only thing big enough. I mean, we've got
That's true.
everything from graduations to middle school to youth
Yeah.
sports. That is the most used facility in our system, period. That is our image.
is it used more than the gymnasium?
Yeah, I would say so. 'Cause once
Does-
the weather warms up in the spring, It's used just about consecutively every weekend till fall.
I just am saying what I've heard from some of the taxpaying citizens.
Well, and my question that got, was there a gym or, I know the football field, they got new lightings, they had the field reworked 3 or 4 years ago, then they got bleachers 2 years ago, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, and softball right in through there, and, we're trying everywhere we possibly can.
We do have a lot of needs. I mean, I think that this, where our referees are having to go over there is pathetic, honestly. We should never expect those referees to be where they're going, from what I've heard about the condition of that. And then at the same time, I would love to see metal detectors go in. And if we're talking about where we're putting our money and where we're putting our priorities, just a thought.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, obviously, with your metal detectors and stuff, but of course, I think that's a different source of funding as well.
Okay.
Not near so much from fund balance as it would be from possible grants, possible opportunities, things of that nature.
So metal detectors wouldn't come from fund balance?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure there probably could be. It depends on how many you decided you wanted to get.
Right. I just think we have to sometimes prioritize,
I'm with Holly on metal detectors. I've pushed that ever since the shooting started across the nation. But I will have to say, if that visitor's locker room is like the last time, it's pathetic.
Yes.
I mean, there's things that that's a bad image for our school system, for visitors and other schools to come over here, and that's like walking to somebody's house. If it's a nasty bathroom and a nasty house, you automatically think that person is not up to par, and it gives a bad image of our school system. And I'm for not wasting taxpayer money, but that's just we need certainly to do that. And
If your front porch is dirty, nobody cares what's in the house. And again, we're not approving this to actually take place.
Yeah.
We're just
getting
approving to
the
get
bid.
bids.
Yeah, we're bidding it out.
will it be bid out individually, like what it's going to cost
It
for
would be that way anyways, wouldn't it? Because it's itemized in the motion. So you definitely have line items for each.
what it would cost?
We can actually bid it out in that direction. I would need to talk to Walt to make sure that their specs were placed in a way that there's alternates, that we can actually take one item out if we want to. I just need to make sure they have it set up that way if that's the wishes of this board.
So how much would they charge us to bid this out?
It's a percentage, it's the same percentage that they had provided to the board when the board decided to go with them. Do I have that? I don't have that number directly in my mind, but it's a portion of the percentage.
I think it's 6.
And I can't tell you right off myself.
6%.
I can tell you the entire project is, there's new parts and there's remodel parts. I think the difference was 6.5% and 7%, depending. If it's remodel, it's like 7. If it's a new build construction, is 6.5. I don't have that in front of me, but
So I guess to clarify, so our people at home will understand what we're spending just to bid this thing out. 6% of 2.5 million. Is that correct?
no, because it's a percentage. The total 7%, the total 6.5% is the entire job. Then within each portion of what they do is part of that 7% or that 6.5%. So the bidding is a very small portion. We've already voted, or the board voted for them to move forward on the drawings, which was a portion of that 7%, but it wasn't the total 7%. It was that portion. So if we just move to the next one, well, we're moving it down just a little bit more. If they go through the full construction, then we're jumping all the way down to the full 6.5 or 7%.
The full 7% by then.
By the end, yes.
By the end.
By the end,
Should
yes.
we do it? That's if we do it.
Should we do it?
If you
Yeah.
decided to
If
do
we
it,
do it.
yes. that's
Just
correct.
trying to make it clear to people, because it's confusing. And, obviously, a lot of people watch this, and this is where I, trying to make it clear to our, people at home that's watching this of how much that we're gonna pay just to bid it out and potentially not even doing it, so.
What portion of that 6 or 7% would this bid right here be? And could we take pieces? Do we know?
And that's what I was telling Mr. Hansard. I don't know exactly what the
Yeah.
percentage is. Now, I was saying 6% if it's new construction, 7.5% if it's remodel and
Is
so
this-
forth.
Is this
Uh,
considered a remodel?
Well, the new building's not gonna be a remodel, but the other parts would be. So the visitors locker room would be a remodel.
Okay.
So two different parts there to it. Now, what was the other question? I'm trying to remember what you said.
What portion of the 6 or 7%?
Was for the bidding, which I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you right
Okay.
off. And this sheet doesn't tell. This is on my other paper that I had.
Okay.
So what was you had another question of those
Well,
two.
I just, 6% of 2.5 million, if I'm calculating correctly, is about 150,000.
And they had actually said their total fee would be, they're figuring around 130,000.
For the bid, just to get
If
the
it went
bid.
fully through construction
Oh,
that's everything.
to the final product, keys turn, you're handed over and you're done. That would be their total amount. But that's the reason why I wanted to bring it to you, because we're gonna be paying them, if we bid it out.
Correct.
We're paying them that much more.
Yeah.
To do, they're doing a job, so we have to pay them for doing the job.
Yes.
That's ultimately what we're
And
doing.
it's probably, I'm sure there's somebody that'll correct me, but it's probably gonna be about 2 to 2.5%.
Okay.
I just can't tell you with that.
So
I don't have it with me.
what we're saying is, we wouldn't want to spend the money to get the bid if we're not gonna do the project, right?
If you're not thinking that you're gonna move
That's-
forward with the project, then why would you
Exactly.
We
put
wouldn't
it
wanna
out to
throw that
bid?
money away.
And
Exactly.
ultimately, that's the reason why we brought it to the board last month. If you're not thinking about doing the project even to do the drawings, then there's no needing
Yes.
paying them to do the drawings even.
Right.
Right.
The board
Yeah.
decided to move forward with the drawings, so they've done the drawings, they've had their meetings. Now it's ready to go to bid, or we stop it. And that's where we are.
Yeah.
So,
That's-
and
that's
it's up
what
to
the
the board
motion
what you
is.
wanna do.
Okay.
I have a question. You'll bid removing the current ticket booth. Could that, I mean, I know it probably doesn't amount to a lot of money, but could not our maintenance people remove that booth? And do some of the demolish,
Absolutely, our maintenance can do
because
that.
that's not a big
But
building.
But it does start running into money because you have all the debris, you have to bring in the dumpsters, yes, do we have the equipment? We would have to rent the equipment. There's a lot of things there with
But
it
there's
as
a lot
well.
of things that's simple, that, that doesn't have to be into the big scheme of things. I mean, that's like having of course, I know it's more than that, but say you're gonna build a house and there's a storage building or a utility building or a small barn, you're gonna be better off getting rid of that yourself than having that added into the cost of the house.
Without board approval.
Well, we.
I'm just thinking in ways of
You are correct, Ms. Jones, and that's truly the way I think on it. One of the things that we were looking at was the building that's underneath, and I'd already told we want to make sure it's an alternate bid, because that's something that our maintenance guys are very talented in being able to actually build the building underneath for storage. So that's something we might be able to save on. There was a few other things.
we could even get some, there might be some volunteers that's in that type of construction that would do that.
Absolutely.
Just get rid of it if we're gonna do the project, just help,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'd be willing to amend the motion and take off removing current ticket booth off of this.
We can find some way of getting rid of it.
Well, I mean, quarterback club has come in there, they've helped with steps and, runway under the bleachers, things of that nature.
I'm going to give you an idea. If you remember a couple years ago, we had a building out in the Goose Pond neighborhood that we needed to be removed. And I was able to bid it out, and for the amount that we got it removed, we didn't need to be touching it. We need to let them take care of it. They knew what they were doing. They pulled in. They had the material or the equipment to do it with. We had zero liability in that situation. So, yes, we can do it. I'm not saying we can. I'm just saying sometimes you're better off paying somebody to come in that does it on a regular basis.
Is that ticket booth that big?
It's not that big, but there's.
It's
I
like
mean,
it's
a
like an outdoor
concrete
toilet.
brick.
It's like 2 outdoor toilets size.
I don't mind removing this from the motion, just because of the fact, I think that building could be utilized.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I think it could be
Yeah.
utilized somehow.
right. So it's not going to interfere with anything else that's being done if it stays there. Yeah.
I mean, as many people that I've seen go through there in the last 12 years, all the time from graduation to everything else, I really think this is skipping the most dangerous and most liable part this system and this board are liable for. And that's the step all the way around that track on the inside of that track.
That, and
But
if-
that's not part of this.
that's
is
not
it?
part of what we're.
I know.
Yeah.
So that is
Well, if that's more important,
super,
that's what you're saying.
super bad. Well, but you're very limited
Yeah.
to what you can even do with it. I know for years,
You're completely rebuilding the football field at
when you
that
get into
point.
that, at that point.
So, Mr. Gilly, you want to modify your motion, or?
Yes, I'll modify it to remove that last requested item in the motion,
Okay.
which is removing current ticket booth. I'll scratch that from the motion.
And Mr. Cordell, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So the motion then is to, for everything that's on here, except that last item, removing the current ticket booth, so scratch that. Any other discussion? All right.
Can I say one more thing? It can be an alternate, and then the board can, because it's not going to be any more for it to be bidded out to see how much it's going to cost to have it removed. And then if the board, if you choose to continue with the bid, then you just say, we don't want to remove it, so take that off the list.
And then you don't pay the
But you're going to pay a
2.5%.
little bit on the part for the because you're getting a price, so it's going to be very minimal on what it's going to cost you to get a bid. But that's up to you.
Yeah.
That's up to the.
Well, what's the
board.
point in removing it anyway? Couldn't that be, like you said, couldn't that be utilized for something else? It's not a part of anything else, and it could be used as a ticket booth for just an event.
And-
You wouldn't have to go the other way,
Storage.
Yeah.
We actually, one of the things we did was meet with our ADs, and one of the discussions was about the ticket booth that's there. And when it was asked to them, they all three said it needs to go.
Why?
Just because it's not going to ever be used and it's there.
I could find a use for it.
I'm just telling you what they said. You, as a board, you do what you want to. I'm just saying what they told me. The other thing is, and as we was discussing, is trying to get more space from the visitor side over to the home side. It gets really narrow in that area. By removing that, you're going to give more space so that we can actually run a gate or the fence out so that you have more space and actually be able to drive around the front part of the field there, around the fence. So it will give a little bit more space in that area. Will it give a whole lot? I'm not going to say it's going to give a whole lot, but it will give more area for walking, and also if you need to drive a vehicle around the side, because you're looking at putting a building where the entrance gate is that people drive through on the home side. So you're losing that gate. So you're going to be having a gate go in on the visitor side, and I'm talking about driving. And there's reasons every once in a while you need to drive around, and that's going to allow you to drive around the front part of that field. But if you don't want it home, you vote to leave it there. It does either way you want to do it's fine.
So they're going to give us a bid with all of these sections separated out to where if we thought that one of the sections maybe wasn't a priority at this time, we're not bound to doing everything on here, even if they bid it,
If
right?
that's the way this board wants it, yes, we can make it happen that way.
Line item bid.
Yeah, line item, Okay,
Right now, the motion is modified to not include the removing the ticket booth. Do we want to add that back in?
You tell me, Frida.
I wanna keep it.
Put it in your backyard and put plants in?
Well, do you want to get a bid to clean it up?
I mean, I see no, it is,
And then if you still wholeheartedly decide, then that's.
Well, I mean, I
when
just
it- When
think
it comes to the line items, that's a
I mean,
line
bid
item
it
you
and
can
see,
scratch.
but, sometimes, we get our cart ahead of a horse. If it's not hurting anything, why would you have someone come in and tear it down?
I
And
could
it could be
see-
used for storage, it could be used for a pretty entrance, a walk-through entrance for, I mean, I can
Well, I
just,
could see where you would keep our entrance and facilities of entrance locked, and youth football had a different entrance they used for their game.
See, as of right now, the plan was to close that gate off and there would be no entrance at that spot. The goal is to create as few entrances into the stadium just so that you have fewer places where people can get in. But once again, it's whatever you want to do. If you want to keep it, we'll keep it.
I mean, at some point, we may want to look at metal detectors into this stadium, and if that's the case, then we would want to limit entry and exit points. Not
I
saying
think
that,
that's coming quicker than any of us think.
it might be.
All right. Do we want to go back to the original motion or take out the removing the current ticket booth? That's,
go back to the original. I mean, I'm just one person.
All right,
I think the original needs to also state that it's a line item quotation.
All
Mr.
right.
Chair, I'm gonna withdraw the last amendment. I'm gonna withdraw that, go back to the original as stated, but insert request a line item, each one in a
Line
bid.
item bid.
okay. And Mr. Cordell?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Any further discussion? Further discussion? All right. Ms. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Coon?
Aye.
Mr. Gilly?
Aye.
Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
No.
No. And Ms. Jones?
Aye.
And I will vote aye. That passes 6-1. All right. Next up on the agenda is the 2027-2028 school calendar. And Mr. Hargrove, Mr. Shores, I don't know
Okay.
who's going to handle that one.
Calendar committee met a little while back. They we had 3 calendars that they took back to their respective school and got the opinion from their school. Then it goes into a vote. And through that vote, it was decided that they wanted to go with draft calendar C, which is labeled on the one that was uploaded for materials. And through the vote, there was actually 12 members on the committee. Only 11 voted, and 7 of those 11, which is 63.6%, voted calendar C. And then there was 4 out of 11, which is 36.4%, voted for calendar A. And so the calendar that is being presented to you tonight is calendar C. And you have it in front of you, I hope. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to go through and answer any of these. But this is what the teachers and staffs at the schools came up with.
Okay, let's get a motion to approve draft calendar C as the official calendar for 27-28. Do I have a motion?
I so moved.
Mr. Cordell, second.
I'll second.
Mr. Coon, seconds. All right. Any questions for Mr. Shores?
I know so the first day of school, it's just the teachers aren't having them all day. Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion? Mr. Coon,
Aye.
Mr. Gilly,
Aye.
Mr. Cordell,
Aye.
Mr. Hansard,
Aye.
Ms. Jones,
Aye.
Mrs. Matthews.
Aye.
And I will vote aye. That passes 7-0. Next up is April and the budget update.
So this is the budget update for October. Year-to-date, in October, we received $5.1 million. Year-to-date, we've received $14.1 million, which brings the budget to $26.56, which compared to last year of $24.59, so we're a little up from last year. Local was 34% in October. Local revenue was 34% of $1.7 million. State was 3.3, which is 65.6%, and then other was 23,000, which is about 0.4%. Going down to expenditures, in the month of October, we used 4.6 million of budget, and year to date we've used $16.7 million of budget, which is 29.5%, compared to last year of 26.18. The major difference there is the bonus that we paid out from the state, and some additional textbooks and equipment, instructional equipment. So far the budget's on track, and if you have individual questions about the departments, I'll gladly take those.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the budget update?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Kuhn, second?
I'll second.
Oh. Well, that was a tie, so we'll say Frida. All right, any questions for April on the budget update?
I guess the only one that I see that's a little bit different from last year, 78.23% to 37.08 in line education charges, 43,500.
So that's where we're recording our after-school revenue, our after-school program revenue from our parents. And last year we didn't collect revenue for after-school program, so that's why it looks more than last year.
Oh, okay, because we didn't collect any out of our budget.
Right, last year it was fully paid by the board, so there wasn't a revenue line for that after-school program last year.
Okay.
Good. Further questions? All right, let's go ahead and vote to approve. We are approving the budget update for Board of Education Fund 141. Mr. Gilly,
Aye.
Mr. Cordell,
Aye.
Mr. Hansard,
Aye.
Ms. Jones,
Aye.
Ms. Matthews,
Aye.
Mr. Kuhn.
Aye.
I will vote aye. That passes 7-0. Last item that we added to the agenda is the motion for Wold Architects to move forward the bidding process for adding walls and doors to the original high school building. So that is the motion. Do I have somebody that wants to make that motion?
What, I'm sorry, what was this again?
This is for, and I believe we discussed this last month. Yeah.
Is this for the doors into the classrooms that don't have doors? They've never had doors?
This is the 1975, 76 part of the high school. It was built on a open classroom floor plan. So there's several classrooms that have openings going into their rooms. They do not have doors. With the day and age that we are in today, safety is an issue, and this is to move forward with bidding out for adding walls and doors, which would include the possibility of changing sprinklers, changing HVAC. There's a lot more to it than just throwing up a door. So it is that project that we've been talking about.
I think it improves our high school safety-wise and instructionally as well.
I agree.
And aesthetics. It's going to help in so many areas.
Yes. This will be, Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. I'll make the motion
Okay.
for it.
Ms. Matthews.
I'll second.
Mr. Coon, I know we always want to jump right to the discussion.
Yes, I know. I forget.
Doggone you, Robert's Rules Board.
Gets me every time.
All right. Questions for Mr. Shores?
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't really have a question. I mean, I think we definitely need it and have needed it for a very long time. So I appreciate you doing the work to get it going. I know it's a big goal, you know, for the safety in our safety meetings.
It's been on our radar about a little over 2 years.
Yes.
We've been trying
Be glad to get it
Get to
done.
the bidding process, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, it came up actually, probably about a year ago now is
Yeah.
when it actually came up for us to start moving that direction. There wasn't enough time for us to actually get the bidding in so that could be done this last summer. And so we had to put it off until this, and we're looking at this next summer. And it would be done during the summertime.
Yeah.
But it's been in discussion. It's
Yeah,
been
long
brought up for a long time,
Yes.
years.
And just a reminder, the motion is for the bidding process.
I think I done read it once tonight.
Yeah, you already read it once. All right. Let's proceed with the vote. Mr. Cordell?
Aye.
Mr. Hansard?
Aye.
Ms. Jones?
Aye.
Ms. Matthews?
Aye.
Mr. Coon?
Aye.
Mr. Gilly?
Aye.
I will vote aye. That passes 7-0. That concludes the action items portion of our agenda. So now we have items for discussion, and let's start with Mr. Coon.
I'd just like to wish everyone Merry Christmas this year, and I appreciate everything that everybody does for our school system.
Me, I echo what Mr. Coon says. Merry Christmas. Thank you all so much. We sometimes get complaints and stuff like that, but I see so many positive, awesome things all the time that far exceed any complaint or concern. So I'm very proud of that, and want to thank all the principals for everything that you guys do. You guys sacrifice a lot with your families. I know you do, and it's very much appreciated, and thank you for being here. Oh, and thank you to the culinary arts class for providing an amazing dinner the other
Yes.
night for our board Christmas gathering. It was absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go back and eat again soon.
Yes. I'll second that motion.
I think they need to open up a restaurant.
That wasn't just bread, that was a half a loaf.
And those croutons in the salad. And also Miss Mary McCartney having her kids come out and do the ukulele.
Yes.
That was,
Wow.
it stole my heart. I loved every minute of that. So big thank you to them. That's all I have.
Well, am I next?
You're next.
I have 2 or 3 things I wanted to bring up, but before that, I want to thank everybody. And I think out there in the schools, I'm so proud of our public schools, and I know we're being attacked right and left all the time, and I fight back as often as I can, because just seeing this today is just one example of what our elementary schools are doing. We know high school and middle school and the Raider Academy, all those get recognized a lot, but our elementary schools, I put y'all up against any school system. I mean, every principal is really behind all those kids. And to think that this school that presented this program today is amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
And those
Yes.
kids'
Incredible.
faces, it's just amazing.
Yes.
And so, Merry Christmas to everybody. And I wanted to ask if maybe sometime in the future, so I'll get to the real thing now. I want to ask you sometime in the future, it might be considered putting a sidewalk from the, from the outside eating area at the high school, you know, where the gymnasium runs around the corner into the, where the kids eat, you know, straight out to that, driveway, the circle drive, because people that park around there and come to the games, they go all the way up the sidewalk and they try to go in that other door and then they come back and they go back into the gym. And I know there's a tree there, but it would be pretty just to put the sidewalk around it and just go. But anyway, just look at that. And don't give me such a bad look. Kelvin. I mean,
I was giving a bad look.
I know how
Mitch Freeman
men.
so duly
I know
done
how
it.
men think. My husband thinks like that. He's like, "Oh, just shut up." But
You can't capture that on the YouTube video.
but it would be a good thing if we could do that. So check it out and see if the tree is in a.
We'll look at it.
But I know you. But I know that a lot of sidewalks have been put out there that's really been helpful. So it really has, because there's been some, you know, that you got the one that goes into that area that's really good, but this might be another one. I know, Mr. Parsley, you think that, okay. And then, I wanted to ask about this. Thanks so much for those railings. The people that's going to the ball games are so appreciative and they're just so happy about it. And I wanted to make sure that in that deal, we didn't pay for them to repair any of that wasn't included, was it? Because I know that where the boards are broken on the bleachers.
We have not gotten
That
into
wasn't
that.
included in the.
It was actually included in the bid, but we have not gotten to that point. And actually, thought about this earlier, just texting Paul and saying, we need to get over there and start marking those and get it.
Good.
We haven't paid for it. It's one of those that was by the foot, linear footage.
Okay.
So it's not been done yet, and it would still need to
But
take
it's gonna
place.
be. Okay, that's
So-
great.
So it's still to be done.
Okay, good. That's good to know. I was just afraid maybe that we had passed just doing I couldn't remember if we just passed it for the railings but I thought it included everything.
It was included. It's just not, it was by the linear footage because
Okay.
you can't tell until you get into it
Right.
how many
Okay.
feet it's going to be.
And I know this is asking for pie in the sky, but sometime in the future, if we've got any little extra money, if we could appropriate just a certain amount for each school to go toward an automated sign, there's schools that are, it's got and the ones that's already gotten them, that paid for them, maybe give them that amount for them to use somewhere else. But just something to think about, because when you go out to other counties, all the schools have those automated signs for their activities, and there's so much going on now. I can just see where it would be so valuable to the community, and particularly even the middle school. There's a lot of things go on over there that could be put out on a sign, and that's just something maybe we can kick around and maybe provide a little bit of help. If they're trying to raise money for it, then maybe we can pitch in a little bit from our coffers. And that's all I have, and I appreciate all y'all at the central office and being so open and listening to us.
Mr. Hansard.
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas as well, and kind of echo what Holly had said. Miss Allie Sigmont, our culinary teacher, she's done a fantastic job the other night, and I don't know of any high-end restaurant that would even compete with that. But again, thank everyone. We've had a great year as well. We've got a lot done, a lot of comments as well from stuff that we have done, as well as the bleachers, as Ms. Jones said. But wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mr. Cordell?
I want to echo that and just wish everyone a Merry Christmas. What a team we have, what a system we have. I'm just so appreciative of our students and our staff, our team members, and I'm just praying this time of the year for blessing and protection over our students and our team. And I want to thank all of you for what you're doing. And I just want to say about those kids a while ago, I must admit that I shed a few tears listen to them. This is the future of our country, and we're so blessed. Thank you all. Merry Christmas.
Mr. Bewley?
Everybody said it all. You can't add to it.
Have you slowed down yet? Have you slowed down yet?
I have a hard time of believing you're at a loss for words. But
Robert? No.
all right.
I'm gonna end it there.
All right, so, and I just, I'll add, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody too. It's been a kind of an amazing year. I mean, we've really done a lot this year. We got Mr. Hargrove on board and but so many other, capital projects, and just kind of thinking about all the stuff we did is just really pretty amazing. But, it's kind of culminated last Friday, and everybody talked about the culinary arts students and what a great job they did. But what I reflected on when we left there on Friday was what a great time everybody had, there was the great food and the hors d'oeuvres and all that, but just, hearing the laughter, people laughing and chatting and talking, it was really brought home the holiday spirit, and I really enjoyed it, It's a great group of people on the board here, and, I love you all, and really appreciate everything we've done together, and looking forward to next year getting even more done, so. All right. Committee reports.
Innovation Committee is set for, we're looking at a date in January that we can all gather, and I think we already have some applications for some of those innovation grants. We'll look forward to that
Nice.
date being set. That'll
Nice.
be in 2026. So,
Amazing. Oh. And we had the Directors Evaluation Committee, and we saw the results of that, so, but no other committees have.
Calendar committee did meet, and that's what you voted on tonight.
Yeah, all right. So now we get to the fun part of student ambassador reports. So why don't you come up, tell us a little bit about something about yourself and what you plan for the future, once you graduate, as well as your, what's going on.
Your ladies first.
Good evening. I'm Bailey Barcinas. I'm a senior, and actually, while you guys were talking, I just got accepted into the University of Tennessee. So, Thank you. Well, we've had a lot of events at Coffee County towards the end of November, and then going into Christmas break. So, our basketball teams play Franklin County tomorrow night, and then our first regular season home game versus Fayetteville is this Friday. And then our swim meet hosted a meet about 2 Fridays ago, I believe, at the rec center. And they had several first place finishers, and their senior night is next Friday, and they also have 8th grade night for the middle schoolers. Wrestling, we had a first home match against Riverdale. Alicia Jennings, one of our junior wrestlers, was voted early season girls wrestler of the year by the Tennessean. And then the girls team placed first at the Gardner Dyer Girls Invitational over the weekend in Tullahoma. Theater, auditions for the spring musical Urinetown just took place, and then callbacks are happening, I believe they happened today. Choir, as Mr. Parsley stated, they just had their concert, or a band had their concert. Theirs is this Thursday. And HOSA just had regional testing, and they collected cans and snacks, everything for a food drive for the Blue Monarch. And they have a blood drive December 18th at First Baptist Church. FFA had their meat judging competition, and that's all I have for you guys currently. Thank you, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Wait. You gotta tell us a little bit about your career plans.
Oh, about me. Okay. Well, that's what I'm kind of back and forth on right now. I got accepted into their pre-law professional program, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or some type of business management marketing.
Okay.
So I'm not sure yet.
Great.
Guess we'll see.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
But
much.
at UT, though.
Go Vols.
Congratulations.
All right.
So my name is Christian Galindo. I was here 2 months ago. I currently plan on being an engineer, but nothing set. I'm still a junior, so I still have 1 more year before I have to have everything in concrete. I have a couple stuff for you myself. For example, our beta had a successful run at our state convention. We placed in a total of 6 categories. I believe we had 1 first place, 3 second, 1 third, and then 1 fifth. and then another one. Our Skills USA is hosting a toy drive, as Principal Paul Parsley mentioned. It ends this Friday, December 12th. There's Skills, Beta, Art Club, Student Government, HOSA, Choir, Interact, DECA. These are just some of the ones that are participating. We really just try to get everybody involved in our school. Like he said, we already have more than 100 toys donated, and we're hoping to increase that, hopefully double that by the end of this week. DECA also had a successful run at their district competition, where 20 CHS students qualified for state, and I believe, did you go to regionals? Yeah, we had around, I'd like to say 30-something people that went. FBLA is raising gifts for Bailey Manier as an Alzheimer's awareness project. And for SGA.
So you were here 2 months ago and you still volunteered to come back?
So right now SGA is helping prepare games for our first basketball pep rally this coming Friday, December 12th. And we are also excited to spread a little holiday cheer before semester ends, before semester exams, with a holiday spirit week this week. And today we did a little Don't Be a Grinch thing. So we had these little cards, and then we would write compliments or just something nice on them, and then hot glue them to a pin and just pin them on whoever you want to, just to spread a little kindness for the holidays. And that was really fun. I did a lot of that today. But I guess I'll pass it back, right?
All right, so as you remember, last time I was here, I gave you some of my opinions from a student point of perspective, and I would like to know if y'all are interested in hearing a little bit more before we wrap up this meeting.
Sure.
Yes, I am.
Sure. All right, so first of all, I just want to say thank you for welcoming me back. I really enjoyed this last time I was here, talking with y'all one-on-one after the board meeting. Everything y'all had to say for me was really nice. I truly appreciated it. I was really inspired by Joel's feedback last time. I saw that y'all did implement laptops to dual enrollment, which I just have to say, I found out literally the first period of that day when y'all had implemented that, because I had so many kids just like run up to me and they were like, oh, we got laptops. Like, I don't have to log in on this thing. Like, I can actually, like, I'm already having so many people come up to me being like, I'm progressing so much faster in my Motlow class. I'm seeing my work being done faster. And I just wanted to say, like, the kids at Coffee County Central High School do truly appreciate, the dual enrollment kids do truly appreciate access to their personal laptops. And there's some more things that I want to say again. Last time I did mention phone usage in free time. I will reiterate this. I feel that need is very important as a student. Again, there's so much things that we don't simply just have the communication platforms that some students need to get in contact, whether it be with their parents, their siblings. There's some kids that pick up their siblings from the elementary school, and they need to know, are you staying after to do this thing? Do you need me to pick you up earlier? Do you need me to pick you up later? And that also comes to the second point that I have. I feel like not a lot of people know this, but at our school, around 2/3 of our kids don't have service inside of the building. And as of right now, there is no open Wi-Fi, which means when you're in the building, it's like you can't do anything. There's no way for somebody to contact you. There's no way for you to access anything. And I understand with the phone policy, you know, it kind of makes sense. But in a dire emergency where you do absolutely need to be contacted, there's just no way for that to happen. I will say, like, for example, me, I don't have any service at all. My phone shows SOS and SOS only when I'm in there. I know hers does too. I don't know about Bailey. Does yours too?
Yeah, and especially for like after school things. So if you're staying after school to work on a club, or if you have a sport or something, it's really hard to get in contact with your parents. Like, for example, I've stayed later for things, and then I've had to stay longer, or I needed to leave earlier and I haven't been able to get in contact, and that can cause a lot of like conflict and stuff a lot of times.
Also, my parents, I for one do not drive yet. I actually have my birthday this Friday, where I'm hoping hoping to finally get a car.
Thank you for the heads up, Christian.
So my dad drives me around stuff. He's one of my biggest supporters. I love him very dearly. But when I'm doing work for, let's just say Beta State, it requires a lot of preparation. I don't have a set time that I'm going to go home after putting so much work into projects. And I would have to step outside of the entire campus to get one bar of reception to be able to contact my dad. And usually that would have to be until after everything was done. So I'd have to wait maybe like 10, 15 minutes outside. Well, obviously with still a sponsor with me, but waiting for a parent to come and pick me up. And one of my biggest things here, I was listening to the YouTube videos. I know y'all had a work day recently. I heard the topic of fundraising. And I just want to say, from somebody that's very involved in these extracurriculars, not only do I do academic ones, I also play tennis for our school. I know nothing has been said in terms of proposals, in terms of set stuff and agendas. I just wanted for y'all to keep in mind that when it comes to the funding of these extracurriculars, it is truly already as low as it is right now. I can just tell you that, like, we have some organizations that are truly struggling even as it is right now, even with all the fundraisers that they do have. And I feel the need to express that if something were to happen in terms of limiting, I just want to express the importance that it's kind of an equal trade. If this amount of fundraisers were only allowed, then a certain amount of money would have to go to these extracurriculars from, I would guess, the funds that y'all have. Just because I know for a fact myself that if we did not have the funds that we do have right now, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that we currently do. For example, Beta Club does, I think, over 20 community service projects a year. And that's with the funding that we currently do have. And a lot of this, even now, a lot of the stuff that we do has to come through donations from other people. And if we just don't have the funding, it's just not going to get done. A statistic from the Charity Times presents that 16 to 19-year-olds, 58% of them, of that entire population, do community service on average, while only the adults ranged 18 and older, only 36% of that entire group volunteers in community service. If kids lose this platform where they can access community service opportunities, where they can access a place to learn soft skills, learn about their careers, it is something that could truly be detrimental, not only to the students themselves, but our community as a whole. So I just wanted to let y'all know that if something were to come up, I just wanted to express my concerns as a student, as a member of these organizations, and it's just for something for y'all to take into account. But other than that, I really don't have anything else for you. I don't know if there's anything else. Thank you so much for your time.
Christian, one thing.
Yeah.
Are you the Beta Club president here?
I am, yes. I'm the president
Okay.
of our chapter.
So, if I'm incorrect on this, correct me, please, but Christian ran for state secretary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I followed his campaign, and he had one of the strongest, best campaigns, because I've seen a lot of these Beta Club campaigns, probably that I've ever seen, and he rocked it. He was so much for our school system to be proud of. And I am so proud to know that you come to Coffee County Schools, and you guys too, but I just noticed I followed his campaign for secretary, state secretary, and you handled every bit of that as a class act. And I just want to say congratulations for your courage and your bravery to run for an office like that. That's a big office to run for. And I'm
There was
just so
around
proud.
6,000 people that I had to speak in front of.
Yes,
once I was speaking.
that is I know my daughter entered the speech contest one year, and that was just about the most competitive thing that I've ever seen. And that is not in comparison to running for the office that you did. So you showed a lot of courage, and we're really proud of you for
Thank you
that.
so much.
So, yes. And as far as the fundraising, goes, I won't be long-winded on it, I promise. But I feel like, and I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like there's nobody on this board that would want, you know, to take away from anything. If we were to, you know, ever try to maybe cut back or limit any of it, and I'm not saying that would happen, I think the idea and the long-term goal would be that the district step up, and not for the clubs or the organizations to go without or be cut at all, that you just wouldn't have to fundraise for the money. That I think the idea, at least in my mind, is that the district step up and start providing a lot of the funding. And then you wouldn't have to fundraise as much. We want it to be better, in my mind. So.
And I'm so grateful for that. I know it's something that a lot of people have been pushing for.
Yes, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand us and think we're just trying to take, because I think we're trying for everybody to come out better. That's my goal, at least. And
I will say a lot of us, when they got proposed, because y'all did mention something about that, like replenishing from the district.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of my members be like, "Oh, this is great!" Like,
oh yes.
This is something that a lot of people have been looking for.
That's what I would like to see myself, and I know some of the other of us would too. But I don't think anybody wants to take away at all. We just want to, and like I said, I can't speak for really anybody but myself, but I think the idea in my mind would be that, you know, maybe less work on you all to be out fundraising, or I don't know if you knock on doors or what. That's not safe at all anymore. That we come through for you guys in some way if we can. So.
It might be an idea that your sponsors, your teacher sponsors and you as a group apply for one of the innovation grants. I mean, that's available. And so that's something that you could come up with. And apply for it, because there's a pot of money there that possibly could be used.
Absolutely.
That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
a great
don't
idea.
forget that.
Ideas, you know, I mean, it's, nobody's interested, Holly's right, nobody's interested in cutting your funding and making programs go away. That's not, we're trying to figure out how to make it better so that it's not such a burden.
Yes, sir.
You know, where, you know, parents have, you got 3 kids all in different, and they're doing nothing but, they might as well quit their job because they're fundraising all the time. And that, you know, that can be a challenge, so we're trying to figure out how to make it better.
Yeah.
So I think.
And that's from the school system, that money. It's not a grant that you'd have to write and be in competition with. It would be within the school system.
That'd be great.
And that grant process is currently open.
That's
We'll
right.
meet in January to discuss it.
Christian, there's you another project.
Well, once again, just thank you so much for your time. And
Thank
Christian,
you
what
for
is,
being here.
are you the secretary of DECA?
I am not in DECA now. Well, I'm a member in DECA, but I'm not an officer for that.
He's the beta president here
Okay.
at the high school. I mean, he ran for state secretary,
Unfortunately, I didn't win,
but he had a heck of a campaign.
There
I
you
can
go.
assure you. I was so impressed.
I'm the state vice president for Skills USA, though.
Thank you.
Nice.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for your
And
service.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday and Merry Christmas.
And we do appreciate our student
Thank you,
ambassadors.
guys.
Yes.
You know, we really appreciate your participation. All right, next up is Director's Report.
Yes, sir. And once again, huge Raider shout out to Miss Allie Sigmund and her students for just a fabulous dinner last Friday. Excuse me, at the high school. The food was absolutely delicious, and the service was nothing less than stellar. Just makes us so proud of our young people and what they do. I'd also like to share that Miss Tanya Garner, in cooperation with the Coffee County Collaborative Coalition, will be conducting flag football again starting in February at our middle school. We have a very valued partnership with the coalition. The coalition contributes money to operate the program. They also fund mentors who coach the team, and they also purchase the equipment needed. Ms. Garner is actively looking for mentors to coach, so we need to give her a call at central office if y'all are interested. Last Friday, bus drivers and maintenance breakfast was full of great eats, a lot of laughter and great smiles. Our Obviously, a lot of you all were there, our central office team and principals were there. Enjoyed sharing time with our bus drivers and our maintenance department, which is hard to align time to get together, those groups. But I'm already looking forward to that event for next year. It's a good time. My apron was too tight, but we'll worry about that later.
I thought it looked good.
Thank you, Mr. Cordell.
Anybody get a picture of that?
Yeah, yes, and somehow it has made its way to my family thread, and I'm gonna find out who sent it. Anyway, our CTE director, Mr. Richard Skippard, would probably stomp on my toes for talking about him, but this week he's in Nashville speaking at the Association for Career Technical Education, the national conference in Nashville. He'll be leading the Mass with Everybody Involved session on dual enrollment, and he's also leading 2 breakout sessions pertaining to CTE legislation and work-based learning. We're so blessed to have him in our district.
Yes.
Does a great job of representing us. As some of our principals mentioned, we're in the middle of benchmark testing this week, and that runs through next Thursday. Last but definitely not least, a huge Raider shout out to our own Kerry Davis and our huge hearted families that have contributed to our school system's Angel Tree Christmas. This gets me. Due to our community's heart for others, our district will be serving over 500 families this Christmas. And to me, that speaks just utterly volumes about the servant leadership we have in our community here. But Carrie has been one busy bee, and we're so blessed. We appreciate everybody's hearts and giving. I'm thankful and we're blessed, and I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
All right, capital projects.
Okay, we don't have as many large items that was finished up. If I go through the different ones we do
There's
have.
a report.
Hickerson's bathroom, the new partitions, the whole bathroom, boys and girls in the 96 edition got remodeled. They look like brand new bathrooms, so it turned out really well. Moving on. Furniture, looking at the dates and so forth, you say, well, we got that during the summer. We did. There was some parts that was not finished, so they finished those up, so now we made the payments. So that's where we were. It just took them a little while to finish up on those 2 pieces of furniture. We bought some stuff here at the central office. Hickerson got a couple of things, and also Hillsboro. And that's basically what I have, unless anybody's got questions.
Any questions for Mr. Shores on capital projects?
If you'll notice in the back where our principals are sitting, that 9,000-pound table is no longer there, so.
All right.
Has our lighting, has it been delivered yet, or where are we at on that?
Poles have, and lighting to a couple, I think the Raider Academy parts of it, not all of it has been delivered yet.
But it's
so.
been started? Some of it's been started getting delivered?
Just as far as yes, sir. The poles and, I guess the Raider Academy, which are our football, the lighting, some parts to that have. So that's exciting. We're moving in the right direction there as well. Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else, then we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Mr. Cordell, second.
I'll second.
Mr. Kuhn, all right, everybody signify by standing up.